All right, let's dive right into one of the most absolutely brutal and honestly heartbreaking fights in the entire Demon Slayer manga. We're talking about the final, desperate showdown with the man himself, Upper Moon 1 Kokushibo. And really, that's the core question here, isn't it? I mean, this isn't just any powerful demon. We're talking about a master swordsman who has had 400 years to perfect his craft. He can regenerate from almost anything. So how in the world did the Demon Slayer Corps even begin to tackle a challenge like that? Okay, so the stage is set. The fight kicks off with the young Mist Hashira, Muichiro Tokito. And get this, he's completely alone, facing down the single most powerful demon Muzan has. The odds are just staggering from the get-go. And you can see that gap right here, laid out plain as day. It's just terrifying. You've got Kokushibo, a former demon slayer, the literal creator of moon breathing with over 400 years of experience. And then you have Muichiro, a genius for sure, a prodigy, but he's 14. He's a kid. That difference in experience is just, it's a chasm. And just when you think the stakes can't get any higher, Kokushibo drops this absolute bombshell. He looks at Muichiro and realizes this kid is his descendant from his own human family line. So all of a sudden, this isn't just a Hashira versus a demon. Oh no, it's a tragic, completely messed up family reunion. So Muichiro gives it everything he's got. He unlocks his Demon Slayer mark, unleashes his best technique, and it's not even close. He's just completely overwhelmed. Kokushibo almost casually slices off the boy's hand, and then in this insane power move, pins him to a pillar with his own sword. The message couldn't be clearer. This guy is on a whole other level. He's invincible. But right when you think it's all over, that all hope is gone, backup arrives. The Hashira are not going down without a fight, and believe me, the whole dynamic of this battle is about to shift big time. First on the scene is Gyomei Himejima, with his super unique demon-eating abilities trying to provide support. He gets taken out pretty fast, but that just brings in his brother, the absolutely ferocious Wind Hashira Sanemi Shinazugawa. And then, the big gun, the cornerstone of the entire core, the stone Hashira Gyomei Himejima arrives. Now we have a real fight. The full force is here. But just look at what it costs them. Just to have a chance against this guy, they have to push themselves way past their limits. Gyomei gets literally cut in half. Sanemi is just shredded with wounds. And then both he and Gyomei have to activate their Demon Slayer marks, this insane power-up that they know is basically signing away years of their own lives. So, with everyone on the field pushed to the absolute brink, willing to sacrifice everything, they finally do it. They create an opening. This is it. This is the moment they've been bleeding for. And what happens next is just a masterpiece of teamwork. You've got Gyomei using a blood demon art to basically pin Kokushibo to the spot. That gives the dying Muichiro just one last shot to plunge his sword, now glowing bright red from sheer force of will, right into the upper moon. And that red blade is key, because it slows down a demon's regeneration. It opens the door for Gyomei and Sanemi to come in, swinging their own red-hot weapons. And they pull it off. They actually do it. After 400 years of being undefeated, the head of Upper Moon 1 comes clean off. For just this one perfect, shining moment, it feels like it's over. The sacrifice was worth it. Victory. But Kokushibo was still not dead. I mean, can you believe it? The ultimate gut punch. Fueled by this 4-century-old obsession with being the strongest, he does what no other demon has done. He grows his head back. The fight isn't over. In fact, it's just gotten way, way worse. So at this point, the whole nature of the fight changes. It's not about sword skills anymore. To really get how Kokushibo is finally taken down, we have to go back. We have to understand the man he used to be, Midakatsu Tsugikuni. You see, Kokushibo's entire life, his entire 400-year existence as a demon, it all boils down to one thing: a deep, burning jealousy of his twin brother, Yoriichi. You know, the legendary creator of sun breathing, the single strongest demon slayer who ever lived. Michikatsu threw everything away: his family, his wife, his children, his humanity, all for this desperate, never-ending mission to become stronger than a brother he could never, ever surpass. And this is really the core difference between the two brothers, right? For Michikatsu, or Kokushibo, strength was the goal. It was everything, something you get and you hold on to forever. But for Yoriichi, Strength was just a tool you used to protect people. He believed real strength, true power, was what you passed on to the people who came after you.
And that was Yoriichi's whole philosophy. He trusted in the future. He had faith that the next generation would be even better. It's such a simple but really powerful idea. And it's something his brother, who was just blinded by his own jealousy, could never, ever understand.
So that brings us back to the question, how does this finally end? If cutting off his head doesn't work, what possibly could? Well, the answer isn't another breathing technique or another sword. It's something much deeper, a moment of pure, horrifying self-realization.
Okay, so picture this. He's fighting in this new, monstrous form that he willed into existence. He catches his reflection in Sanami's blade, and he stops. Because in that reflection, he doesn't see the peerless warrior he'd spent centuries trying to become. He sees a monster, a hideous, ugly thing. And in that instant, the weight of what he'd become, how far he'd fallen from what he originally wanted, it just crushes him. His will to live just shatters. His own shame is the weapon that finally brings him down, and he just disintegrates.
But the price for that victory? My God, it was devastating, absolutely brutal. Muichiro and Genya are gone. They made the ultimate sacrifice. Gyomei and Sanemi make it out alive, but they're terribly wounded and they know their lives are now on a timer because of the mark. So yeah, it's a win, but it feels incredibly tragic.
And if you want to know the true heartbreak of this fight, just look at Genya's final moments. As he's literally fading away in his brother Sanemi's arms, he manages to get out these last words. It's just a punch to the gut, a painful final reminder of just how much was lost here. So, in the end, this was no glorious, triumphant victory. It was a meat grinder, a battle of pure attrition that cost the Demon Slayer course so much. But, and this is a big but, by taking down Upper Moon 1, they broke the back of the enemy. They finally cleared the path for that final all-or-nothing showdown with Muzan. And that really leaves us with this final thought, doesn't it? Kokushibo's whole story is this epic 400-year cautionary tale. It shows how envy and this endless, lonely chase for power can turn you into the very monster you hate. And it really makes you think, does that kind of tragedy only happen to demons? Or is that a pitfall that's waiting for any of us?